I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest moments from David Tennant's reign as the Doctor. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've scaled time and space for the best bits from David Tennant's Time Lord tenure on Doctor Who, from impossible planets to iconic speeches.
I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus. I am the oncoming storm, the bringer of darkness, and you are basically just a rabbit, aren't you?
Number 10, The Long Goodbye. The End of Time Part 2. We'll start near the end, as Tennant realises that regeneration looms, but makes one final trip before the inevitable happens.
Where are you going?
He stops in on all his closest friends and companions in one way or another, but these final farewells are mostly steeped in sadness. And his last port of call is probably the most emotional of all, as he crosses paths with Rose mere weeks before she meets the 9th Doctor and her adventure begins.
2005.
Tell you what, I bet you're gonna have a really great year.
If this doesn't break your heart, then nothing will. Number 9, Saving River Song, Forest of the Dead.
Hello, sweetie.
Get out.
Ten meets River only once during his time in the TARDIS for a 2-part story set in the library, but he eventually works out how important she is. The fight against the Vashta Narada comes at the end of River's timeline, even though it's the first time that the Doctor has ever set eyes on her. And when she seems to have sacrificed herself, the Doctor connects the dots to preserve at least part of her existence.
I'm very good!
What have you done?
Saved her.
With Tennant racing to the rescue, it's even more intense if you watch it after River's time with 11 and 12.
But not every day. Not today.
Number 8, I Believe in Her, The Satan Pit. The relationship between Ten and Rose was a driving force throughout Series 2, and by the time they reached the impossible planet, their loyalty could well be turning into love.
Everyone leaves home in the end.
Not to end up stuck here.
But first, Billie Piper's character provides the inspiration for one of Tennant's finest ever speeches as he faces the Beast and near certain death.
Oh! No. Yes! No.
Smashing the vases seems precisely the wrong thing to do, but these two are a team, and even when the chances of survival seem like they couldn't be any lower, Tennant's Doctor can muster exactly the right words.
If I believe in one thing, just one thing, I believe in her.
Number 7, Wiping Donna's Memory, Journey's End. Journey's End proves another pivotal episode for Ten, and in amongst the Dalek devastation we find definite highlights for Tennant's character, especially when all of his allies man the TARDIS together.
We're gonna fly planet Earth back home.
But the most memorable moment comes at the story's close, when the Doctor saves Donna by erasing her memories of him.
No, please, please.
A heartbreaking conclusion for a fan favourite character. It gets even worse when a rain-soaked Tennant says goodbye to Wilfred. Few Who scenes more effectively show the Time Lord's loneliness.
I'll look up. On her behalf, I'll look up at the sky.
Number 6, Time Lord Victorious, The Waters of Mars. The laws of time travel are a complicated matter, and only the Doctor seems to understand them most of the time, but even he can go wrong every now and then.
The whole of history could change. The future of the human race. No one should have that much power.
In the 2009 special, The Waters of Mars, Ten takes matters of life and death into his own hands, knowingly rewriting history by saving some of the crew from a doomed Martian base.
I'm the winner. That's who I am.
And while the battle against the Flood is exhilarating enough, there's a dark twist at this story's end, prompting the Doctor to reevaluate his power.
I don't care who you are. The Time Lord Victorious is wrong.
Number 5, Bad Wolf Bay, Doomsday. With Daleks, Cybermen, and an existence-destroying void to contend with, Doomsday pitches the Doctor and Rose into quite a tricky situation. But just when the pair appear to have cracked it, they're plunged into parallel universes. In a desperate scene for Ten and his companion, he watches as she slips towards a lifetime away from him before burning up a sun to stage one last conversation.
I love you.
Quite right too.
Bad Wolf Bay becomes a legendary location after this, as a site where things went painfully unsaid.
Rose Tyler.
Number 4, The Fury of the Time Lord, the Family of Blood. As we've already seen, Tennant's Time Lord wasn't all sunshine and roses, and his eternal punishments for the Family of Blood were especially ruthless.
But, in fairness, I will give you one word of advice. Run.
Having tricked his way onto the family's ship to destroy it from the inside, the Doctor forgoes a human life as John Smith to finally capture the enemy aliens, and he looks pretty angry about it.
He never raised his voice. That was the worst thing. The fury of the Time Lord.
As the brother narrates the family's fates for one of the show's more ominous endings, Ten suddenly seems a seriously scary chap.
We wanted to live forever. So the Doctor made sure that we did.
Number 3, Regeneration Fears, The End of Time Part 1. We've already witnessed some of Ten's run-up to regeneration, but this scene gives even greater context to David Tennant's closing moments. Coming in the first part of his End of Time finale, it sees the Doctor and Wilf stage a teary heart-to-heart, trading thoughts on fear and death.
I'm going to die.
Well, so am I one day.
Don't you dare.
All right, I'll try not to.
The 10th Doctor was better at bearing his emotions than most incarnations, but here we see his heartbreaking struggle to keep it together.
Even if I change, it feels like dying. Everything I am dies. Some new man goes sauntering away.
Of course, these feelings eventually fuel one of the most memorable regeneration scenes in Who history.
I don't want to go.
Number 2, Don't Blink. Blink. It's arguably the most famous scene from the 10th Doctor's run, but it comes in an episode when the Doctor and Martha are merely supporting characters.
I'm a time traveller. Or I was, I'm stuck. In 1969.
Carrie Mulligan's Sally Sparrow takes center stage for Blink, but she's acting on the advice given to her by Ten's message from the past. The Don't Blink speech is one of the most quoted moments since the series revival, with Tennant's delivery blending timey-wimey weirdness with genuine concern.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
And there is reason to be worried. The Angels are easily one of New Who's scariest monsters.
Don't turn your back, don't look away, and don't blink. Good luck.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's some honourable mentions.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
It's you.
We're the only two left. There's no one else. Don't go.
I must, but know this, Time Lord. You are not alone.
Number 1, the Midnight Entity takes over. Midnight. It's always unnerving whenever the Doctor loses control of a situation, and this episode sees any semblance of authority stolen from him by an unseen, unknown, voice-lifting life form.
Sky.
Stop it. I said stop it. Just stop it.
And given that Ten's fate is in the hands of a few feuding tourists, his prospects don't look great and the tension's never been higher.
I think it's moved.
I think it's moved.
I think it's letting me go.
I think it's letting me go.
Acting opposite Leslie Sharp, who plays the possessed Sky Silverstream, Tennant tackles the unique concept with a frantic, desperate, and unforgettable look in his eye. It's clever, but seriously creepy.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
They've completely separated.
It's in him.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.